Radio show brought to you by Mass Mutual Colorado. Experience Pros, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Save My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business.
Well, on top of the morning, too, yeah.
Indeed. Hey, what's your favorite breakfast food?
My favorite breakfast food. I'm not a big breakfast eater.
Right.
So this morning
Something quick and easy.
I just had a banana and a cup of coffee.
Oh, I knew it.
Knew it.
You're a banana girl.
I am a banana girl. It's quick, it's easy, there's no mess on my fingers. The packaging, and, one slip packaging and throws away. Yeah, easy breezy.
Bananas are high in potassium.
They are. I read this article on the Facebook that talked about, how you compare an apple a day.
Yeah.
They actually compared a banana a day to an apple a day and how much more nutrition there was in a banana. Why are you sick? Why are you disgusted by the banana?
Well, I've always had...
Are you sad that I have a banana? Charlie eats a banana every day.
Charlie does.
We're big banana eaters around here.
Charlie carries his banana everywhere, and I love that. But bananas are high in potassium, but they are also laced with spider eggs.
Oh! No, they are not.
Spiked with Brazilian wandering spider eggs. And you know what Brazilian wandering spider eggs look like? Well, they're all shaved.
Stop.
No, it's true. In Colchester, England, a British woman says she initially thought there was mold on her bananas, but she soon discovered the object was actually a deadly spider's egg sac.
Nuh-uh.
You can't make this up.
Yes, you can.
No,
and you would. You totally would.
No, I would not. I'm telling you.
It looked like mold on her banana, and it was actually
Brazilian wandering spider eggs.
Okay.
And here's the
deal.
But
they weren't spiked with Brazilian wandering spider eggs. Like if a spider happened to lay his
we got to get the Charlie cam
sack
going.
on the banana.
Charlie is inspecting his banana now.
Yeah. If a spider happened to, because
look for the sack.
Where do bananas grow? They grow out in nature where there are spiders, and so
not just spiders. Big, hairy, nasty, poisonous, deadly spiders. Yeah, no.
Why would you say this to me?
Just want you to enjoy your breakfast.
But you're mean.
I'm not mean.
That's just cruel.
Kindness means that we share. If you have a booger, I'm going to tell you. If you have a spider sack, you need to know.
I do need to know. Okay, so
you ever see those big African spiders?
Where was this? England. England.
In Colchester, England.
In England.
Right.
Not in Colorado.
Yeah, England, the civilized heart of the world.
Not in Colorado.
Oh.
Not in Colorado.
Well, they don't grow the bananas in England. They grow the bananas in Brazil, where they have Brazilian wandering spiders.
Variety of arachnid.
Oh, God.
Surprised that you didn't say that sentence because you're such a linguist. You're like wanting to use the big words when small words will suffice.
I am a linguist, and
do you eat bananas?
Only in an emergency.
Huh. Well, I would say no more bananas for Eric. I would just ban all bananas
in an
from
emergency.
Eric. No such thing.
I'm willing to risk.
No, because he has now been
putting the sack in my mouth
to us about eating our bananas and telling us that there's probably spiders in our bananas.
You're
thinking is it all the emotion I am feeling? Gratitude is not even ranking as top 3, 5, or 10 emotions that I am feeling at the moment.
Listen,
you know that I eat bananas, and you know I do not like the spiders. And so when you tell me that the thing I like has the thing I don't like, and you bring it together, that's just not nice.
That's love. It's a warning.
That's love?
Yes.
That's love?
It's a warning.
No wonder you are single.
So this lady, her name is Woodgate. Her last name is Woodgate. She vacuumed the spiders off, and
I would burn them.
right.
I would burn them.
She put them in a trash can. Pest control came by.
Oh, okay.
And you should be encouraged. The pest control said that those eggs probably wouldn't. They're unlikely to hatch because of Britain's cooler climate. So
really,
I'm sure
they won't hatch?
I'm sure we have no problem here in Colorado.
Because it's too cold? They wouldn't even hatch?
Right.
You're lying to me.
No, I know.
You're lying to me.
I'm reading the news article.
If
it's cold, so put your bananas in your refrigerator.
I have decided.
And then your arachnids won't come out of the sack.
That you are not a nice person.
I'm a nice person. I care about you deeply. I
care about you deeply.
Here to help
this
you.
Is love. When I love somebody, I want to scare the bejeebies out of them. I want to freak them out, and I want to have them on a heightened sense of just anxiety. And so now I'm all freaked out. That's love to you. That emotion is not love.
No, it is.
And then you just watch with pure joy and humor, as if you're getting like a kick out of this, and enjoying the fact that I am freaked out, and you're like, ha ha ha, I did that to her.
It's in your teeth.
That's love. It's a spider.
It could be.
It's a spider sack.
No, I'm serious. There's
sack. Mm-hmm.
Folks, we got to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, very much more positive
all that
business
stuff in your refrigerator, just mold.
Oh, wait, before we go to a break, we've got to take a quick call. Casper is calling in, and he's got a tip for us today. Casper, what's our tip? Oh, let's see if we got Casper. Hold on for just a second.
We have a banana tip
Charlie,
for Casper? He's working on it. He's working on it.
All right. We can't hear Casper. Oh, he doesn't know that we can't hear Casper. All right. Well, we'll come back with Casper on the other side.
Yeah, we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with Casper's banana tip
on the other side.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Hi, ladies. This is Angel, and I want to let you in on one of my favorite fashion secrets. It's my eyelashes. That's right, my eyelashes. I've been going to Carabella's studio for a full year, and ever since then, I've had nothing but compliments on my eyelash extensions from my friend Reggie at Carabella's studio. And my favorite part? No more daily hassle of applying and removing mascara. And all of the compliments I get. Get yours today. Call Carabella's studio today at 303-909-9585. That's 303-909-9585. And to ask for the Angel Eyes offer and get your new lashes for only $150. 303-909-9585.
Back to school is just like back to work. Families relocate, businesses open new offices, and you need to order new phone lines, equipment, and internet connections. Hi, this is Eric, encouraging you to do what we did. Call Lori White and Lorianne Communications and let her do it all. From phone lines to cable installation, Lori is your phone gal. She's always ready to serve your back-to-work needs. Call Lori today, 303-419-3415. That's 303-419-3415, or online at loriancom.com. That's LORIANCOMM.com.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
Do you want to meet some new people, make some great connections, and network with other business owners? Call me, Penny, today at 303-220-0366 or go to theconnectingexperts.com. Connecting people to people.
Camp Experience is the place to develop new friendships, connect with like-minded women, and build alliances that will help get you to where you want to be, personally and professionally. This September retreat, held at Cheyenne Mountain Resort, has the feeling of a relaxed corporate women's retreat, bringing together community volunteers and civic leaders, women entrepreneurs, business leaders, and moms. Register today at campexperience.com.
When you need a medical expert witness or someone to consult in your medical cases, you need MediPro Solutions. Let's face it, attorneys are busy and typically don't have the time to research the details of the medical aspects of every case. At MediPro Solutions, your medical legal consulting firm, they take care of every detail, leaving you and your lawyers to focus on the law. MediPro Solutions is owned and operated by licensed and board-certified physicians. When your case is on the line, call MediPro Solutions, 303-502-6735. That's 303-502-6735. Or online at MediProSolutions.com.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, early mornings at 5 on KLZ 560.
The experienced pros want to help get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
So we back in the club. The body's rocking from side to side, side to side.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us. And we do have Casper back on the line. Casper, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey, guys.
Casper.
I bet you that you're opening your banana wrong.
Oh, you know what? You would actually lose that bet, Casper, because Angel is a banana opening expert. You open it from the bottom, don't you?
That's the best way to do it.
I remember when I learned that. I saw that on the Facebook again, to open the banana. We have always been opening it from the stem, but actually we open it from the bottom, and it peels so much nicer.
Got to do it like the monkeys do, and your bananas will open, and the spiders will come out just perfectly.
And when you do that, the stem is now a handle.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Good tip. Good tip, Casper. Thanks so much for listening and for calling in today.
Absolutely. Well, you know, we're gonna shift our focus now from bananas to the coolest entertainment company I know.
The coolest entertainment company.
When you have them entertain at one of your events, your corporate events, your wedding, anything like that, all of a sudden you want to do it again, which is why they call it Encore Entertainment and Events.
Encore, total encore, because you do want to do it again and again, and you want to keep it going all night long. The most fun you can have at an event is to hire Total Encore with Jeff Fernandez. We have Jeff on the line. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Angel.
Jeff, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, sir. How are you doing?
You know, we're super glad to have you on the phone, and we're doing great here as well. You know, Jeff, Total or Encore Events, and see, I'm going to do this wrong. The website is totalencore.com. Encore Entertainment and Events. You guys do all kinds of things, and let's start with, you're a DJ. Let's start there.
Sure.
So tell us about it.
You want, as far as the DJ is concerned, you know, I think a DJ can make or break an event. You know, so we find that as a very big kind of, I don't want to call it a burden, but a priority or something that we don't take lightly. And people hire us to have fun. And as a DJ, we're in charge of entertaining the people, whether it's just playing music or getting out from behind the booth and giving the party a little bit of momentum by teaching a line dance or something like that. So that's the core of our company, is our entertainment. You know, so we definitely hang our hat on that, and again, as far as the DJ is concerned, it'll make or break an event.
You know, and that is so true. I don't think we give enough credit to that, because we think, okay, this is the list of songs or the type of music that I want you to play, and you know, how hard is it to, you know, cue up the audience and, and the crowd, and keeping the momentum going with your party, because your party can either be the talk of the town afterwards, where people are talking about it, or
you could be the talk of the town afterwards.
Yeah, it's like, that was not much fun. And so there's a lot of things that you bring to the table from the entertainment point of view that I think people think, okay, it's just a DJ. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you know, I mean, and there are just DJs that are out there that, you know, that just play music, and that's just one aspect of what it is that we do, you know, but a lot of it has to do with reading the crowd, seeing what the room is doing, and just a lot of those different things that comes with the experience that we have. We've been doing it for so long, you know, that we know how to and play music based on, you know, what the crowd is telling us. Absolutely, and you know, it really is an experience. And if you think about it, you know, you've got lighting, stage lighting that is makes an event. You've got backdropping so that you can close in or open up an arena or an area.
You've
Photo
got
booth.
the photo booth.
Yeah.
Angel loves a photo booth.
She sure does. I have some fun pictures of Angel in our photo booth.
Right.
Isn't that so funny? You know, you think about, you know, the old photo booths as a kid. You know, you would get in, you know, they were, I don't remember where they were, but they were somewhere around town. You'd go in these cute little photo booths and take pictures with your friends. And I have so many. I'm going to actually have to make a collage of all the different photo strips, the little strips you get from the photo booth. But it is so fun, and you're bringing people together, I think, in a way that's just kind of shakes it up a little bit than them just sitting around, you know, with a plate in their hand and trying to make idle conversation. You're actually giving them something to do, which then does create that entertainment value. Now, a lot of times when people are thinking about hiring music, it's for a wedding, you know, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, something like that. But you do corporate events, right?
We do.
So let's talk about how fantastic your corporate events are.
Well, I mean, as far as a corporate event is concerned, the entertainment is even that much more imperative because at a corporate event, nobody really wants to let loose in front of the boss. You know, so sometimes there's a lot more layers of you know, defense that we have to get through at a corporate event. And there's a lot of different things that we can do other than just playing music. Again, we teach line dances. We can do team building type of activities where we give stuff away. Obviously, we provide microphones for the raffles and that sort of thing. And again, it's more than just playing music for us, particularly at a corporate event, because there's so many you know, people that don't want to, you know, come out of their shell and in fear of possibly having too much fun around their coworkers. So again, for a DJ that can come in there and entertain and kind of loosen up everything.
Get everybody working on the same line dance or something like that is fantastic.
Sure.
And you know something, Jeff, one of the things that I think is so important to talk about, and even as we are in September now, it is not too early. In fact, it is right now you should be planning your corporate holiday parties. And those event planners in a corporate arena who call you, I know that they thank you over and over and over again because you just make them look like rock stars.
Sure. You know, that's part of what we do.
Yeah.
You know what? One of the things that you talked about was, you know, kind of loosening up the crowd. And music does that. And I think so often we think that the only way to really loosen up the crowd sometimes is just with alcohol. And of course, at a corporate.
Well, I mean, it's, you know, it's not the only thing.
Right, but you know, think about that. I mean, if you don't have great entertainment, the thing that's going to loosen them up is the alcohol, and you don't really want that to be what you remembered for at your corporate party, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You want to be remembered for having a good time, and you know, the party is something that everybody talks about all year, and when the next year rolls around, you know, we want to go because we had such a good time, you know, and that's something that we do.
All right, Encore Events and Entertainment. They're online at totalencore.com. Winner of the Couples Choice Award, which recognizes the top 5% of wedding pros in the Wedding Wire Network. Also, top winner
finalist
in the Denver A-List Awards. And they bring everything. They can do the whole package where you've got the lighting and the scenery and the backdrop. I know we did a fashion show with Encore Events, and they helped coordinate the catwalk and all of that, the draping, and
it turned an empty concrete building into the warmest, amazing event.
Very glamorous, a glamorous event, and also you can keep it simple too. If just for some music, I think a lot of times at networking events or anytime you're going to address the crowd, a microphone just brings the professionalism of your event up quite a bit as well. And so he's also, you know, travels to networking events and can set up and just make sure that you have some background music and a microphone when it comes time to talk. What else do we want our listeners to know today, Jeff?
Well, as far as other types of events that we also can do, we can also do any type of school events too as well, you know, so if you're dealing with high schools or junior highs or that sort of thing, you know, we can definitely transform your gymnasium into something that.
Do you play the music that loud? Because I went to the high school dance, the first high school dance that my girls, this was several years ago, Jay and I were like the chaperone. When we walked in, they handed all the chaperones, earplugs because it was that loud. Do you get that loud, Jeff?
We can at the request of the children.
Yeah, they loved it.
Oh, they do. You know what I mean? But we can take a whole gymnasium and transform it into like you're at a concert.
Wow.
So we're definitely getting ready to do a homecoming for one of the high schools coming up here, where it's going to be. It looks like you're walking into a rock concert. So we'll get some pictures out to you guys so you can share that with people that might be wanting to hire us for a homecoming.
The company is Encore Events and Entertainment. Give us some contact information, if you will, please.
Telephone number is 303-515-7207. And again, it's Encore Events and Entertainment. TotalEncore.com is our website.
TotalEncore.com. And that phone number one more time?
303-515-7207.
Go to the website and check out the reviews for Encore Events, because that's where you're going to see that truly that's the experience that you're going to get, because they can make or break your music, and your DJ can make or break your event. And so look at the reviews that TotalEncore.com has on their website, Encore Events and Entertainment, and you can judge for yourself how fabulous they're going to be.
Jeff Fernandez, thanks for joining us today.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, more positive business talk. Your business tips coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Stop calling around looking for the best mortgage rates and call ALMC Mortgage. ALMC Mortgage matches you with the right mortgage for your needs every single time. Now's the right time to finance. Call ALMC Mortgage today at 303-696-6933. 303-696-6933. Check out today's current rates and questions you should ask about your mortgage at almcmortgage.com. almcmortgage.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
You've done it yourself. You've put in a few keywords to search for something, and what comes up is nothing like what you're looking for. Thousands of responses, but nothing close to what you need. You try again, frustrated. You finally find it buried deep within the walls of the internet. Don't do that to your potential customers. Make it easy. Make it Colorado SEO easy. Colorado SEO optimizes your keywords so customers can find you quickly. Optimize your website by contacting Colorado SEO. Search engine optimization the way you hoped it would be. ColoradoSEO.com. That's ColoradoSEO.com.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress. And when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C² Computer Consulting. C² is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C² at 303-933-1113.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Where do you go when the bank says no? Every business needs money, and yours is probably no different. What's that you say? Your bank backed out on a commitment to you? Our friend Steve Replin has the answers to your financial questions. Steve's new book, Where to Go When the Bank Says No, is the authoritative guide to finding you the money you need now. Where to Go When the Bank Says No, available right now at hardmoneybooks.com. That's hardmoneybooks.com. Where do you go when the bank says no? hardmoneybooks.com.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
Bob Duco, today at 3 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks for taking time out of your business day to join us for ours. Location, location, location.
All right, but it's a virtual world now, Eric. Everybody's on their laptops. We're working at coffee shops. I mean, I don't really need a brick and mortar anymore. I think this is where some of those temporary office spaces are, like the virtual office spaces, where you can just rent a conference room for an hour, bring your staff in, or have some meetings. But really, I think the trend is thinking you don't need a brick and mortar location anymore.
It may very well be, but if you hadn't noticed, on the way in today, we passed over, several thousand brick and mortar buildings that are still thriving and still opening, grand openings everywhere, all over the city. So if
I like getting up and going to work every day. I mean,
I do too.
Maybe not the getting up. I like going to work every day.
So if you've got a brick and mortar, or if you've got a location that you drive to, let's talk about a few questions to ask when picking your next business location. Number one, is the location a match for your company's values and branding? Now, think about that for just a minute. I remember when I was looking at my first home to purchase in Sterling, Colorado, and there was a neighborhood that offered this spectacular home, but it was the only spectacular home in a very dodgy neighborhood.
In a business sense, a lot of times they're taking these dodgy neighborhoods,
yes,
and they're giving them a little bit of a facelift, and it starts with one business.
Oh, time out. It does not start with one business. It starts with one committee. You just said they're taking one neighborhood and creating. Yes. Who are they? They are a coalition of business owners and city politicians that get together and say, we're going to make this. So if you're going to be in, maybe like in the Highlands or the new Inglewood development, which is not so new anymore, if you're going to be doing that, then of course you might want to choose a formerly dodgy neighborhood.
Because sometimes it's like right up there with your values and your branding. You think about the types of businesses and the kind of people and the culture in some of these locations. And so the neighborhood, I think a lot of times we don't really give as much credit to the neighborhood, to the other patrons in the area, that because where we go, our brand follows, and we're connected to the others in the neighborhood, and you want to make sure that it's really the right fit.
So it's got to fit in.
I do, because it goes with the branding.
Absolutely.
And the values.
Absolutely. So you need to know what that is for you. Here's another question for you. Does the new location give me the ability to expand? One of the biggest mistakes people make is that they lock themselves in and now they can't get any bigger.
I remember the first time we signed a lease for our office space.
Yeah.
I was so freaked out that I don't know if this business thing is going to work.
Right.
I didn't even want to commit to a year-long lease.
Right.
We did a 6-month lease. I'm like, let's just try it and see if this thing is going to work, which was very small thinking, right? Rather than when we worked with our first commercial lease broker with Grillo Commercial Real Estate,
right,
he was talking about the expansion, like after 3 years having the option,
having the option to
expand.
take the space
like,
next to you.
You mean grow?
Or first right of refusal, so that the space next to you moves out, and you can you have the right to move in. It
shifted my whole business growth plan.
Yeah, and by the way, in just a few short years, we have grown 14 times the size of that first office.
But you have to start somewhere, right? Right? And even in our first office space, it was not at all about the branding. It was not at all about the culture. It was, I went on a map, and I kind of drew a radius of where I was willing to drive to.
Right.
And I'm like, staying within 5 miles of my home.
5 miles.
Because I don't want to have to deal with morning traffic. I mean, what a waste of time that is. And so drew this little circle, and I'm like, find me something in here. But I think, it was good that we didn't stay there forever. It was just a starting point. It was just to say, hey, we have an address now.
I don't think we have ever been within your 5-mile circle.
That was. I think that first office was.
That was 7 miles.
Okay.
All right. Here's another.
I knew it was a little further out of
Will your new location attract great employees? Will they want to come to your area, or do they have to go through several dodgy areas in order to get to your new hip area?
Well, think about the after hours element of it as well.
Yes.
You know, if you're going to be working late, if you're going to be working weekends, you know, I think a lot of times some of the spaces are fine during the typical work hours, but if it gets a little shady at night, is it still the kind of environment? Will you be asking clients to come in late at night? Are you having events and grand openings and conferences and all of that? And so there's an element to drawing not only your employees but also your customers.
Are there other businesses that are drawing customers to this location? Again, I said location. We have a client who got parked in a construction area that was under construction, as being deemed as being the new hot location, new growth.
Someday.
And they're still under construction, and now they're 3 years into their business model, and they're wondering, when are the people going to come?
And it's tough. It's tough,
right,
because you're trying to attract people to an area that's not attractive to people to have to come to. So you can't always help the construction area, but I will tell you what, if you've got some place that does already have a draw of foot traffic and you're relying on foot traffic, this is where I think sometimes having an internal office space is really challenging.
Sure.
Because, you know, you get off an elevator and it's a bunch of closed doors, you know, and you're only going to your one suite. And while it probably is the most economical way to have a space, the marketing that you're going to have to do is going to outweigh what you saved in, I think, your lease options.
Indeed. Well, there you have it. Lots of different questions to ask when picking your next business location, and many, many others. Our recommendation is to give Grillo Commercial Real Estate a call and talk to Mark Grillo directly. Ask him the questions that you want answered. Make sure that your brand is visible. Make sure that it's the right rent-to-income ratio. He does all the work for you. It doesn't cost you a penny. Grillo Commercial Real Estate. We'll be back after these messages, and folks, you know what to expect. More positive business talk.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Networking is full of myths. Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth, but only if you're networking with your A-team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com for their next event. ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner. 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle one piece at a time.
Testosterone therapy. We've all heard about the benefits, but which bioidentical natural testosterone pellets are safe and beneficial to the heart, bones, brain, and prostate? Go to biotmedical.com. That's BIOTE medical.com. BioT, the right choice, the safe choice.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nylon's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nylon's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Gain your own insight into the leading cause of divorce, money. Pick up your copy of Couples Money at couplesmoney.com and discover you're not alone in your financial struggles. Couples Money is written by a married couple in the financial industry, Chris and Marlo Felton. They share their personal story of financial transformation and insights they've gained from working with thousands of couples. Couples Money, what every couple should know about money and relationships, is available at Amazon or at couplesmoney.com. Get on the same page with your spouse with easy-to-follow concepts and action steps proven to work. Couples Money at couplesmoney.com.
Dana Lash after Grassroots Radio Colorado on KLZ 560.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Stand in the place where you live. Now face no. Think about direction, wonder why you have it now. Stand.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. We hope this is the most inspiring hour of your entire work week.
Well, it's going to be a little bit more inspiring, maybe a little more bolder. We have Aprille Janes from Boulder Biz, boulderbiz.com. She's going to talk about being bolder in your business to help you stand out. Aprille, welcome to the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here today.
Aprille, very nice to have you along with us. What does this mean to be bolder in my business? I don't know that I or the world can handle much more of me.
Well, the truth is so many of us have learned to hide. We were taught to keep our heads down, you know, those messages we got as kids, be seen and not heard. And the problem with it is that when we're not standing out, we're not getting noticed. The New York Times Business Review had an article last year listing the top 10 reasons about business failures, and mediocrity was one of those big, big reasons.
Wow.
And so we really need to stand out. We need to get bold.
You know, and I think, though, as women, Aprille, and tell me if this has been your experience or if I'm off base.
Never been mine.
The idea of, you know, a man can be bolder and stand up and, you know, and he earns some respect, but I think sometimes if a woman is a little bit more bold, then they think the other B word.
Yeah, and when I'm talking about being bold, I'm not talking about you know, being brash or braggy or anything. I'm actually talking about being more of yourself, like being completely who you are, because we're talking personal branding now. We're talking about why people would want to connect with you as a business.
Okay, so let's give some examples of the difference of, because I think when people think bolder, they think let's walk over people, let's, you know, have my agenda come first. I think just the terminology, they think it's one thing, but I think you're actually talking about something a little bit more authentic and genuine. So let's describe the differences of what normal mainstream people think when they think bolder and what you're actually wanting us to achieve.
Well, and it's true. We've gotten so many negative messages, especially women. Don't be so bold. You know, don't stand out there. And I apologize. Is that sound coming from me or from you?
I believe that's on your side.
I have no idea what that is, and I apologize for it.
No worries.
The reason that boldness is gotten that bum rap is because we got this way of describing it that made it sound like it was a bad thing. Those were the messages that we received as kids.
All right, but Aprille, how do we go about jumping in and saying this is what is the appropriate way to do it? Give me one example of how we can be bolder in our business and without the arrogant subtitle.
Okay, so first off, we have to understand what's important to us personally as a person. We have to know what our core values are, what are our non-negotiables, so that we can bring more of that to the table. For instance, if your non-negotiable is integrity, then you really need to shine in that area in your business, and it needs to come out as a message in everything that you do and say. So core values are very, very important to this. the next thing is to understand what that message is, what it is you do every day for people so you can be loud, clear, and confident with that message. Here is what I do. This is the difference that I know I make. And then you need to have a vision for where you're going. And that vision is, in 5 years' time, this is the difference that I want to have made. And if you'd like to come along with me and be part of that, or if that's a difference you need in your life, then that's where the boldness comes up, is to be really loud, clear, and confident with that. So when I say bold, it's more of a confidence thing. You really need to be confident. There's a great book out there right now called The Confidence Code, which is getting a lot of buzz. And one of the things that she talks about in there, particularly regarding to be with me will recognize that and be attracted to that.
You know, Aprille, I think that a lot of times we start our business and we're out there and we're doing the checklist of things that we think we're supposed to be doing, but we still feel really invisible. Like nobody noticed me. You know, I can't seem to grab attention. I meet people, I meet them over and over again. They don't even remember that they met me. Have you ever come across that? Like you've met somebody and every time you meet them, it's like you're meeting them for the first time. They don't remember you at all.
Absolutely, and it happens, you know, to everybody. There's one of the things I tell my clients, about 20% of the people out there are just not going to connect with you in any way, shape, or form, and may even dislike you. So, you know, just be aware of that you're not their fit.
It is. Well, it's a standard operating procedure on my side. 100% of the tall blondes have never seen me before. Now, Aprille, you know, let's put this into practical application. I'm at a networking event, and you know, it may be premature to say this ship is sailing, and if you want to get on, because I'm just meeting somebody for the first time. How do we bring it into that first time meeting where you can still be bold and not be arrogant?
Well, first be yourself. You know, you really do have to claim and be comfortable with being yourself. The other thing is to always, and it's about listening. It's not just about talking. It's about asking the other person what's important to them, because you can't really know if you're a solution or you can help them until you know what it is that they need. And I know that often what happens is we jump right in without even getting permission to talk to that other person. There has to be some kind of connection first, and then you have to have permission to proceed.
I love that.
And it gets kind of funky in there when we don't have that permission and we just glom right onto the other person. Like, I know what you need. They haven't even told you yet.
I love that. BoulderBiz.com. BoulderBiz.com is the website. Aprille, what else do you want our listeners to know today?
I have a free offer out there for folks who would like to get 11 bold strategies that they can swipe from the corner office. And they can actually get that at BoulderBiz.com, 11 Boulder Strategies. That's the webpage for it.
BoulderBiz.com /11 Boulder Strategies?
11, the number 11, Boulder Strategies.
Got it.
Yep.
All right, BoulderBiz.com. Our guest, Aprille Janes. Aprille, thank you so much for being our guest today.
Thank you.
Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit RivieraFinance.com.
Would you know what to do if a coworker started to feel dizzy and complain of chest pains? Starting CPR while waiting for an ambulance to arrive can double the chance of the victim's survival. Safety Solved can help. We provide customized on-site training, including both professional and basic CPR, AED, and first aid, with American Red Cross and American Heart Association trainings. We also facilitate first aid kit and AED equipment programs. Let us make your safety and wellness programs complete. Call today, 303-257-9589. That's 303-257-9589. Or online at safety-solved.com.
When you work from home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Helene's Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Helene's Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
Revitalize, release stress, and empower with Karen Corona's healing and transformational programs. Karen is a master healer and a teacher with 30 years' experience providing holistic healing treatments, coaching, yoga, meditation classes, and retreats. Receive the healing inner tools you need to achieve your goals. Call Karen today and get started. 303-725-1119. That's 303-725-1119. Mention this ad and receive a free yoga class or a $150 coupon toward her upcoming healing and transformational retreat in October, set in the lovely Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. Call today, 303-725-1119, or visit online at KarenCorona.com.
I'll never forget that moment.
Never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
As long as I live.
It started with a phone call.
I got the text when I was at work.
My first call up ever as a member of the National Guard. This was it, the real deal.
When we got to the armory, they briefed us on the wildfires, how they were getting dangerously close to homes.
It was amazing to be a part of this massive operation. Helicopters were going up with huge buckets to drop water on the fires.
Some of the guys in the unit were preparing for firefighting with local fire crews.
We went out in Humvees to help with the evacuations.
At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com. Discover what it means to be a citizen soldier, to serve locally as well as globally. Look into the benefits, including career skills and money for college. Take a moment. Go to NationalGuard.com today.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard. Aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
The Dana Show, tonight at 7 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. We hope you're having a fantastic day.
Yes.
Do you ever find that because you're reliable, because you're kind of a person that gets things done, that you're asked more often to get things done?
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it kind of comes with the territory because we can count on you. And you see this in...
It's like a guy who has a pickup truck.
Yes, this is my pickup truck. No, I will not help you move. If you help one, you must help them all.
Right.
And we know that 20% of the people do 80% of the work.
It's true.
It gets to a place where you're just asked so often to do things, and you might just be one of those people that likes to say yes. I am one of those people that likes to say yes. One, because I want to be helpful. I want people to like me. I mean, it's kind of a gift that I bring. I can get things done, and so I share that. But if you find yourself at a place where just because you're reliable and just because you can does not always mean that you should.
What?
Sometimes you can't say yes. Sometimes you just don't want to.
Breaking news right here on the Experience Pros radio show. You heard it first. Angel said, you don't always have to say yes.
You don't always have to say yes. It doesn't mean that you have to continually make promises to other people that just don't either. I mean, it doesn't always going to fit in your schedule. Maybe you just don't want to do it. Or you just need to just get a little control over your schedule.
How do you know when to say yes and when to say no?
Well, I don't know how you would know when to say yes or when to say no.
Of course not.
I can feel it. I can feel it when I want to say no. I just know. I just kind of have that gut check of I really don't want to say yes
Do
to
I
this.
need women's intuition? Because if I do, then I need a woman.
Here's some things. Here's some things that you can, just kind of give yourself a little bit more space around the yes, so that you don't have a yes, oh shoot, what did I just say I would do moment. So here's how you can avoid that. One is ask yourself whether you could do it tomorrow. Put it off a little bit because today is not going to work for you. Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
You have that phrase. What is that phrase? Why do today when I can put off till tomorrow? This totally fits for you.
I didn't invent that phrase.
Yeah, but this totally fits from you. So
your emergency, your failure to plan doesn't constitute an emergency on my part. That's also my phrase.
Okay, but here's there's the thing. Could I do this tomorrow?
But this presumes that I have any clue what tomorrow is going to look like.
What do you mean, any clue?
How could I know if I could do it tomorrow? Because I am lucky to be doing what I'm doing right here and now.
You know what? Ask him about. He's like, possibly no. How could you not know what your tomorrow holds? How could you not know what your whole week looks like on Sunday night? But he truly is in a space of, you're asking me about tomorrow?
He's in the room.
I'm still working on today.
Hey, you know
and
what?
then he gets mad when we're like, well, sorry, we didn't give you tomorrow's information
Why
because.
don't you just relax and have a banana?
All right. Here's the other thing. Part of our overly optimistic view on forecast for our future when we say yes, because we can get it all done, is anytime somebody asks you to do something, double your estimate for how long they say it will take. Can I have a minute? Yeah, you're going to need, 10.
Yeah.
This will only take you an hour. That means it'll take me 2.
Right.
And so double the estimate for how long the person says it's going to take. So just so you can really fit it into your schedule and not squish it in. If you're going to meet for coffee, truly have it only fit. If you schedule it for 45 minutes, try to get all that in so that way you can have that little cushion of window for.
It's all going to get done in the last 30 seconds anyways.
It's true. That's true. The other thing is give yourself a day to think it over. You don't have to answer in the moment because it's hard to say no to somebody in the moment, face to face.
Especially if they're asking you to move and they're moving today. Give yourself a day. Give me 24 hours to get back to you.
Well, tell them you need to look over your schedule, that
Right.
you're going to get back to them. You need to look at some things. This gives you the time
Phone battery died.
to think it over instead of answering on impulse and
Yes.
regretting it later.
Right.
Because sometimes we can get caught up in the moment and agree to do
I
something.
think that's what happens to most of my girlfriends.
If you decide to decline, it gives you a chance to make the no less personal because you can shoot them an email to say no.
That's not my style.
It is totally your style
Not
to
my
send an
style.
email.
No.
A lengthy email. And let me give you 1,000 reasons why this can't happen.
No.
What do you mean no?
No. When I say no, I look you square in the eyes and say, "You're lost, babe."
What?
Huh? Just what's the next thing?
Liar?
What are you talking about, liar?
Liar, give me one true example where you had a woman asking you to go out and you looked her square in the eye and said, "You're lost, babe." Never, ever, ever in your never. Liar. With 2 syllables.
Your assistant, sure.
But you
is
know,
doubled
he
over
says it
laughing
with
here
a
in the
straight
studio.
face, as if I say this with a straight face
No,
and I
this
say it
is-
with
this is-
authority, then nobody else is going to even.
This is what
they're just
comedy
gonna take
is
it.
all
They're just going to
about.
take it and accept my word. And yet, if you hear the words that he is saying, "You're lost, babe." Liar.
You could follow that up with, "This is why you're a liar, because you're too much of a gentleman. You would never ever say anything like that to anybody." But
You said you did.
Neither would I write an email with 1,000 reasons why it's your lost, babe.
Hey,
And here's the truth.
wasn't-
The whole damn thing doesn't make any sense because ain't nobody asking me out.
Okay, and true, and probably.
Thank you very much.
This doesn't really relate to you because people don't probably ask you to do things.
Nothing
do they?
relates to me. Oh, yes, people ask me to do things. You ask me to do things every day.
You're not allowed to say no to me.
No, I understand. I got to give you 24 hours. And you're like, you got 24 seconds, mister.
Yeah, get it done. Get it done. Next time I hear from you, it should be with a checklist next to it.
Right.
And done. All right. So apparently Eric has nailed down how to say no firmly yet politely.
You're lost, babe.
You're lost, babe. I can think he has.
I would lose
said
teeth
never.
if I ever said that to you.
You're lost, babe. Yeah,
and
try
it would be
that.
it wouldn't be you. It would be the line of people behind you protecting you.
Yeah. You know what? I've always wanted to do, one of those soap opera slaps. And
a moonstruck slap.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Snap out of it.
And or throw the glass of water on somebody. And so I think it's coming. All right, learn how to say no firmly but politely, which is really a very important skill. Here's the thing: we don't want flaky people. Don't tell me yes and then not show up. Don't tell me yes and then just not do it. That whole passive aggressive thing, because that ticks me off immensely.
Can I just throw in this because I really am a contributor to this conversation? Don't choke. She's gonna throw her water on me.
Do not bow out later. Do not give me a half commitment. Right. Do or do not. There is no try.
All right, Yoda, in your green shirt. I think we got you. Let me just say this. Also, don't overpromise or underpromise and overdeliver. That's something that really kind of chaps our hide. The whole under-promise, over-deliver means that you intend to fool your audience, and you can't manage it consistently. So don't under-promise, over-deliver. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Follow through.
Love that.
Right?
I love that.
Oh, who said that? I did.
Liar! Yeah, don't mince words, don't play games, and reliable is reliable, and we want to be reliable, and it's okay to say no, and let people know I'm overcommitted, I can't make that work, and I do, and I wish, and there are days I need to take this advice. I do many things that I don't want to do, that I say yes to things that I really feel like I should have said no to. It all works out in the end, though, and what is the phrase of the week? It'll all be okay in the end. So if it's not okay, it's not the end. And so I'm working on that.
All right.
Well, I'm not working on that. But I don't look at people and say, "You're lost, babe."
No, you don't. You just now have a whole bunch of people sitting there going, "Well, she said yes to me, and I wonder if she really meant to say no."
They know. They know. They know, because there was a lot of coercing in getting me to say yes. It wasn't like, "Oh my gosh, yes, sign me up for that." It was, yeah, all right. All right. I can't get out of it, so okay.
Here's the thing that I think our audience...
Sometimes we have to say yes to things we don't want to
Sure.
do. I mean, that is kind of a piece of it. I mean, we all have to... There are elements of what we do on a regular basis that aren't necessarily what we want to do, and we wish we could say no, but it has to get done. And it has to get done, which is my gifts and one of my faults. I think probably the most criticized thing about me, that what people would say, is she just gets it done. She just goes in there and she just gets it done.
That's the most criticized thing about you?
I hear it, and I'm like, because nobody else is doing it, and they're all mad because I just went in and did it. How about you say yes once in a while? How about you say yes and you like it?
Oh, you just went up an octave.
I want you to like it.
You're going to do it, and you're going to like it, too. Hey, we've got to take quick station ID at the top of the hour. We want to thank you for tuning into the Experience Pros Radio Show. This is the most positive business talk show in America, where we do say yes, and we never say, "You're lost, babe." We'll be back after these messages. Remember to do business with the people who do business with the pros.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
The Dennis Miller Show. tonight at 10 on KLZ 560.
Today on Freedom 560 with Ken Clark, a discussion of Proposition 104. That's a Jefferson County education ballot measure that would require school boards to negotiate collective bargaining agreements in public rather than behind closed doors. Now, who could argue with that? Aside from teachers' unions, of course. John Caldera from the Independence Institute will be joining Ken Clark today on Freedom 560 to discuss Proposition 104. Freedom 560, noon till 2 on KLZ 560.
Do you need help protecting your life savings from market volatility? Have you wondered how to create or preserve your family legacy? Are you in need of tax reduction or income planning advice? Listen to Financially Tuned with Steve Hansen, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. Steve will bring his passion to help others into your financial plan. With his help, your financial future will become perfectly tuned.
KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver. Listen live at KLZ560radio.com. KLZ 560, a Crawford Broadcasting God and Country station.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm John DeMaster.
The idea that it will take 3 years to do this is just flatly wrong. The moment to strike ISIS is right now.
The president meeting with congressional leaders this afternoon, then tomorrow addressing the nation about a plan to take down ISIS. He's pushing them to authorize a $5 billion counterterrorism fund and saying this operation will take 3 years. Former U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations John Bolton on Fox News saying the time to act right now.
Every day that goes by, every moment the president hesitates, gives ISIS the chance to consolidate and thus making it much harder to dislodge and destroy them.
It's primary election day today in 5 states.
New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New York, and Delaware. In New Hampshire, former Massachusetts Senator Republican Scott Brown, the frontrunner in the Republican primary for Senate. These are the last 5 primaries ahead of the November election.
That's the Blaze Radio's Robin Walensky. This is news on the Blaze Radio Network.
Have you heard? Proactive Plus is faster and better than ever. Stay tuned for a $1 million bottle giveaway, and you'll also receive free shipping. With Proactive Plus, your acne can heal, and you can help prevent new breakouts. Don't miss this limited time offer. We're going to let 1 million people try Proactive Plus risk-free and get 2 free gifts, and also receive free shipping when you call right now. Call 800-388-2836. That's 800-388-2836.
Hey, this is Guy Fieri. Now, when your recipe calls for red peppers, chili powder, garlic, and onions, you got the start of some awesome chili and maybe some heartburn. If that's the case, roll out the Rolaids Liquid.
Don't let heartburn keep you from enjoying the things you love. Rolaids Liquid gets you back in the action fast, even when your worst heartburn symptoms flare up. Rolaids Liquid dual-active formula coats and soothes for rapid relief. Rolaids Liquid in your choice of mint or cherry. Use as directed.
R-O-L-A-I-D-S? Now that's how you spell relief.
You've been listening to the Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, 5 to 8 tomorrow morning on KLZ 560.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show brought to you by Mass Mutual Colorado. Experience Pros, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Save My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We hope this is the most inspiring hour of your work week. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business. Hey, your daughter goes to college in New Mexico, right?
She does.
And is that in the Albuquerque area?
It is.
It is.
Why?
Beware the Grim Reaper.
What?
Yeah.
What?
There's a guy out there who.
There's a guy right here.
Yeah. No. Listen, there's a guy who. You know what the Grim Reaper looks like.
The
cloak.
The cloak with the thing, and he's carrying the sickle, and then like faceless.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that Halloween costume.
Well, in Albuquerque, a man whose cloaked wanderings through the Albuquerque cemetery sparked repeated Grim Reaper sightings says he comes to pray for the dead.
How sweet is that?
He walks in his cloak,
Well, it's cold, isn't it?
masked face,
Are you sure it's masked? Maybe it's just dark.
walking through the
Maybe he just has a hood on.
cemetery.
Yeah.
He's identified as the Light Wanderer,
Yeah. He's out there praying for people.
praying for the dead.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure what he's praying for.
And he's at the cemetery.
The dead
That's
for.
what he knows.
Okay.
He's probably has said. He's probably answered it very clearly, but it doesn't match up with your spin on the story. So he's the Grim Reaper.
It's not my spin. It's not my spin on the story. Ben Hooper from UPI News says this. He says he goes through praying for the dead. This is a place where sleepers sleep and dreamers dream and patiently await, said the Reaper.
Cemetery. It is probably the place where more dreams are buried. Undone dreams.
What?
See? Or people who didn't do what they dreamt they would do,
Would
and
you
they
freak out
regretted.
if you saw the shadow that looked like the Reaper walking through the cemetery after dark on a moonlit night?
So.
Would you? Would you freak out?
So who else is there?
Would you freak out?
In the cemetery.
Would you?
At night.
Dead people.
Noticing the Grim Reaper walking around.
I want to know.
Repeatedly.
Let's say the cemetery is across the street from your daughter's dorm room.
Yeah, that's not where they put cemeteries.
You don't know that.
That's not where they put cemeteries.
It could
so
be.
in order for the man to have been seen multiple times at night walking through the cemetery means other people are there walking through the cemetery.
Not walking
are they
through the cemetery. They could be walking outside the cemetery and they see Grim Reaper.
Are you sure?
Answer the question. Would you be weirded out?
All right.
Yeah, you
It
would.
was me.
You'd be totally weirded out.
It was me.
You're not anywhere near tall enough.
I could be tall.
No, you're the short. You're the Grim half Reaper.
I could be wearing
You're the half Reaper.
the half
You're the Hobbit Reaper.
Hey now, I don't have hairy feet.
Well, it's only because you shave. All right, we got a
My
great.
feet?
We've got a great show for you today, folks. Don't go
Those are my
anywhere.
knuckles. I'm going to start shaving my knuckles.
Ooh, get your Adam's apple too. We'll be back after these messages. You're listening to Jill and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Do you want to meet some new people, make some great connections, and network with other business owners? Call me, Penny, today at 303-220-0366 or go to theconnectingexperts.com. Connecting people to people.
When you need a medical expert witness or someone to consult in your medical cases, you need MediPro Solutions. Let's face it, attorneys are busy and typically don't have the time to research the details of the medical aspects of every case. At MediPro Solutions, your medical legal consulting firm, they take care of every detail, leaving you and your lawyers to focus on the law. MediPro Solutions is owned and operated by licensed and board-certified physicians. When your case is on the line, call MediPro Solutions, 303-502-6735. That's 303-502-6735. Or online at MediProSolutions.com.
Camp Experience has a schedule full of keynote presentations, workshops, networking activities, boutique shopping, spa services, and amazing adventures. Workshops include topics such as leadership, success skills, creative thinking, and optimum health. Sign up at campexperience.com for a one-of-a-kind annual retreat on September 19th through 21st at Cheyenne Mountain Resort. Sign up today at campexperience.com.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
Back to school is just like back to work. Families relocate, businesses open new offices, and you need to order new phone lines, equipment, and internet connections. Hi, this is Eric, encouraging you to do what we did. Call Lori White and Lorianne Communications and let her do it all for you. From phone lines to cable installation, Lori is your phone gal. She's always ready to serve your back-to-work needs. Call Lori today, 303-419-3600. 303-419-3415. That's 303-419-3415, or online at loriancom.com. That's LORIANCOMM.com.
Hi, ladies. This is Angel, and I want to let you in on one of my favorite fashion secrets. It's my eyelashes. That's right, my eyelashes. I've been going to Carabella's studio for a full year, and ever since then, I've had nothing but compliments on my eyelash extensions from my friend Reggie at Carabella's studio. And my favorite part? No more daily hassle of applying and removing mascara. And all of the compliments I get. Get yours today. Call Carabella's studio today at 303-909-9585. That's 303-909-9585. And to ask for the Angel Eyes offer and get your new lashes for only $150. 303-909-9585.
Bob Duco, today at 3 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Thanks for taking time out of your business day to join us for hours. You know, our next guest sparked a whole wave of memories for me. My first world tour as a professional magician started in Manchester, England.
Did it really?
It did.
I did not know that.
Mhm.
I did not know that about you. Well, our next guest was born and raised in Manchester, England. And you've heard the idea that, you know, some of the greatest business ideas were born on a cocktail napkin.
Sure.
Well, Dave Fisher, he actually created the Web Lender. It's a global business and financial services portal in a small pub in London in the suburb of Chelsea. And so started out on a cocktail napkin, is now a global financial and business services portal with offices all over the world. We're going to talk today about the difference between project funding versus a loan. Dave Fisher, welcome to the Experience Pros radio show.
Hi, good morning, Angel and Eric. How are you guys doing?
David, we're doing fantastic. Thank you so much for calling into the show. We're grateful, and go United.
Go United for sure.
Just a quick question for you now. What is the difference between this project funding and perhaps securing a loan? How do you see the difference play out?
Since the global credit crunch, the world of project funding has changed dramatically. In the old days, funders would look at the merits and the value of a project itself and grant funding on that. Today, since all of the economic messes happened around the world, funders are more interested in the principles behind the project itself. More than the value of the project. In other words, they want to know who the people are, if they're real people, if the business is really going to work, and who is the ultimate beneficiary.
All right, it seems like I could make a lot of mistakes in applying for project funding. Are a lot of the applications rejected?
Many of them are rejected because the borrowers don't understand the funding process. And that's one of the reasons that the Web Lender exists, is to provide valuable information, how the process works, and to provide financing options where mainstream bank financing is unavailable. See, when it comes to project funding, a loan is at the bottom of the totem pole. In today's world of structured financing, there are so many different ways to fund a project that loan is really down there at the bottom. It's really the last thing to consider.
Interesting.
All right, so let's go up a few miles. Let's go from a 35,000-foot view. Who or what really controls the world's economy today?
Well, that's a great question. There's a lot of things that control the world economy, politics, of course, but if you really want to get a good handle, a good view on what's going on, I would recommend following the bond market.
The bond market?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
Absolutely.
So that's what supposedly goes well when things go not so well.
Well, bonds are traded like stocks. There's also a corporate bond market, which is really the market to watch. This is a market where only corporations can trade bonds, and it's basically selling notes of loans from one place to another. A bond is when you offer a company money. If the company is doing well, they pay you dividend, usually 3 or 4 times a year, usually 4 times a year. But if the investor decides for whatever reason that he's either lost faith in the company or the company isn't doing well, he can sell that bond. And so this trading of corporate bonds is a global effect on has a global effect on the world market. So following the corporate bond market, along with other things to follow, will give you a good idea of what's really going on. Certainly not the stock market.
All right, so going back to the project funding versus a loan, I think so often as a business we think, if I need money for something short term, we're going to the bank, we're going to get a loan. What do you see as some of the most ideal projects that you would go towards project funding instead of just going and getting a loan?
Well, there's two parts to the answer. The first part is that the web lender is able to arrange project funding in the United States and Canada for projects that are looking for 1 million or even 2 million or less. On a global scale, the kinds of industries that we really are looking for to help are accommodation, aerospace, biotechnology, oil and gas exploration, pipelines, power distribution, power generation, telecommunications, and even motion picture and video.
Well, that's a huge range, and I can imagine, as you mentioned on the global scale, that those loans are probably in excess of $1 million or $2 million. Let's go back to the smaller side of that. If we're interested in supporting projects that are $1 million or less, how much less? And obviously, it's going to be a big question. What is the key determining factor of whether or not you decide to get involved?
Well, the web lender is a portal. Whether or not we get involved is not really relevant.
Okay.
Our job is to introduce the borrower to the funding source.
Understood.
So we open the door and we let them go through. What happens on the other side of the door is really none of our business. It's directly between the borrower and the funding source. So the funding source has their parameters. I don't know what those parameters are because, again, it's not my job to know that.
Do you have any case studies of smaller projects being brought together through the web lender?
We're doing a couple of real estate projects that I believe are supposed to close this week. One is for $8,000, one is for $13,000. These are residential real estate projects in Florida, actually.
All right.
But the web lender is really more interested in doing larger projects.
Of course.
You work just as hard for a larger project as for a smaller project, but larger projects are more fun because of the structured financing. For example, if somebody wanted $200 million, you can't go to the bank and get that. No one's going to write you a check for that.
That does sound like way more fun to do a $200 million project,
Absolutely.
doesn't it?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. And so you get into the intricacies of structured financing. And then you can do projects that involved a trade finance where somebody may need some money right away to do something, and the bank will give them a percentage of that money, knowing that 90 days or 60 days later they can get the balance. So that's another way to go.
All right, so Web Lender has offices here in the USA, also France, UK, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, and Kenya. How do they get in touch with you, David?
They can contact us via the website, theweblender.com. They can contact me on Skype. My Skype name is The Web Lender. Or they can call directly at area code 310-302-7087.
Fantastic. David, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Have a good day.
Absolutely. Folks, when we come back, we're going to talk about you're a public speaker, or if not, maybe you should be, and several ways to hook your audience in no time at all. Back after these messages on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Where do you go when the bank says no? Every business needs money, and yours is probably no different. What's that you say? Your bank backed out on a commitment to you? Our friend Steve Replin has the answers to your financial questions. Steve's new book, Where to Go When the Bank Says No, is the authoritative guide to finding you the money you need now. Where to Go When the Bank Says No, available right now at hardmoneybooks.com. That's hardmoneybooks.com. Where do you go when the bank says no? hardmoneybooks.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress. And when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C² Computer Consulting. C² is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C² at 303-933-1113.
Would you know what to do if a coworker started to feel dizzy and complain of chest pains? Starting CPR while waiting for an ambulance to arrive can double the chance of the victim's survival. Safety Solved can help. We provide customized on-site training, including both professional and basic CPR, AED, and first aid, with American Red Cross and American Heart Association trainings. We also facilitate first aid kit and AED equipment programs. Let us make your safety and wellness programs complete. Call today, 303-257-9589. That's 303-257-9589. Or online at safety-solved.com.
Make sure your marketing strategy includes search engine optimization and contact Colorado SEO at coloradoseo.com. You'll find a team of experts who have been connecting consumers online since 1996. You've created a commodity, now get found. coloradoseo.com. coloradoseo.com or call 303-990-5934. Remember, billions are searching. Will they find you?
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner, 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle one piece at a time.
Dennis Miller here. Be sure to tune in for the Dennis Miller Show, where we talk politics, entertainment, and everything in between. Our guests are the best you'll hear on radio. It's radio you can trust, right here on the Dennis Miller Show.
Tonight at 10 p.m., it's the Dennis Miller Show, right here on KLZ 560.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, early mornings at 5 on KLZ 560.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for hours. It's a common occurrence where you are asked to make a presentation. It might be for a small group around a board table, or it might be for a large audience. And in many cases, well, you bring PP to the table.
Excuse me?
PowerPoint.
Oh, PowerPoint. PowerPoint.
Right, PP.
Why is that bad? I mean, actually, we'll get into why that is bad. Eric did the corniest thing the last time.
I did what?
The corniest.
What did I do?
Thing. You had everybody stand up.
Oh, you were talking about the last time we were on stage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had everybody stand up. That's true.
You had them take one step to the left.
That is correct.
And then you had to have them take one step to the right.
Yes.
Where they were back in their same spot.
Yeah, and then I had them sit down.
And he said that
The test I read in the news that morning that the true test of a great gifted speaker is his ability to
move his audience.
So I did.
Oh my gosh, you should have heard the groans. Oh.
Fantastic. You wish you were
All
there,
right.
don't you?
And so the good news is Eric rarely brings PP to the presentation.
I really try to keep my PP where
Actually,
it belongs.
we really do. We try to avoid it, but every now and then you get invited to something and they really, it's like they insist that you bring a PowerPoint presentation, right? It's like you can't really be a public speaker, but you don't have a PowerPoint presentation?
Mm-hmm.
Right. We speak. We use our words.
Yeah. Well.
Don't read them off the slide behind me.
Hey, listen, if you gotta
I'm not dependent on the technology not screwing up, because you want to watch a public speaker melt quickly, screw up their PowerPoint.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, they cannot recover.
Because they can't speak without it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the big issue right there. So let's talk about your PowerPoint presentation, how to make sure that you hook your audience in short order, all right? First and foremost, we do not pay attention to boring things. Listen carefully. We don't pay attention to boring things. So your PowerPoint must not be boring.
Well, but I think to them it's fascinating.
That's why you're not the judge. You are not the judge of what's good or not. You need to let it go to somebody else who can judge that fairly, and it's not easy. Number one, apply the IBI rule.
Okay, so no PP, but we need IBI?
Yes, correct.
God, this is going to be a tough one to remember.
IBI stands for interesting but irrelevant. And most people use it. Okay, most people put out this slide that it might be interesting but it's irrelevant to the point that you want to make. Listen, Public Speaking 101. Get ready to tell them what you're going to tell them. Then you tell them in 3 points or less what you're going to tell them, and then you remind them what you told them. That's it. You're on, you're off, you're in, you're out. It's done. And you can spread that out over a 90-second or a 90-minute presentation. But I'm telling you, if it's interesting but it's irrelevant, scratch it. Get rid of it. It's not necessary.
All right, so I'm scratching my IBI and scratching my PP.
Yeah, don't you?
Okay.
Well, no, we're actually allowing you to PP, but you got to scratch that IBI.
No IBI.
No IBI.
Some PP's okay.
Ask yourself these 3 questions. A little PP, it happens. So here you go. 3 questions that you need to ask. Is this something that your audience must know?
I'm gonna ask you that about this topic. Is this something our audience must know?
I'm gonna help you with your presentation so that your presentation doesn't smell. Okay. Is there something
Again, I think
create a slide.
I think that was IBI.
Create a slide for what your audience must know. Okay. Ask yourself what are the critical things that you want to communicate, and put a slide down for that. All right. Now there's other things that your audience should know. All right, and I think you can make a bullet point or something underneath that slide that you can include this. However, and you know what these are, there are some things that your audience could know, but you need to be flexible in this so that you only bring them in. You don't make a slide for this. You bring this through your creative process, through your intellectual, through your speaking, those things based on how much time you have. And again, I got to go right now to talk a little bit and address the time thing. If you are given 5 minutes, you're really given 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Maybe
4.
Right?
4.
Nobody ever said, "Gosh, they quit early and I hate that."
Actually, they do.
No, leaving wanting more is a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving them wanting more is a different thing completely. But nobody gets frustrated with you, especially the event coordinators, the people who are asking you to speak. They never get frustrated with you for stopping early. You will not be invited back. Listen carefully. You will be disinvited if you go 1 minute over. It's that important.
All right, so a slide for the must know.
Yes, bullet points for the should knows.
And then your could knows are in your notes.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. And you do not go over the time allotted. And so always asking before you do a presentation, how much time do I have, or what time do you want me to end, is a valuable piece of information, and then adjust your talk accordingly. And here's the other thing. If you have been given less time than you were planning for, because it happens, because as events go on and as timing issues come up, as the schedule is what it is very likely you will be given less time than what you prepared for.
Correct.
Keep that information to yourself.
Yeah, don't sit there and announce from the stage.
I thought I was going to have, an hour and 15 minutes, but I only have X amount of time. So I'm going to have to skip through this, or I'm going to have to cut out something, or I'm going to have to rush through. That just sets the audience up in a bad place. It just starts off on a negative note. So you're the professional. You should be able to adjust your talk according to the time. If you need to stretch it, because there might be a time where, okay, I actually need you to stretch it by a little bit, you should be able to do that. And you should also be able to adjust and scale back accordingly without telling your audience, and because nobody feels sorry for you that you got cut 15 minutes out of your presentation.
Right. As a
and you're not
professional-
winning any fans with that information.
As a professional, it's not your audience's responsibility to carry the burden of your time clock.
But as an event planner, we sure do appreciate that you can be flexible with us.
Absolutely. Now, there are a couple of different methods, and Angel and I actually subscribe to this without knowing the name of them and applying them to the standard or rigid standard that come. One is called the Pichacucha. Do you know that one? That method?
The Pichacucha?
Yeah, he's a little Pichacucha. Wasn't he the guy with the electric Pokemon?
Pikachu?
Oh, that one. Yeah. Pichacucha. That's that pyramid in Mexico, right?
Yeah, I think it is. I think, in fact, it is, and you should find a picture of it and call it what you just called it. Yeah, it is.
Going to give you a picture of it when the camera goes off. So here's the thing. The Pichacucha method is this. It's a presentation format in which you display 20 slides for 20 seconds each, and your project runs, your presentation runs 6 minutes and 40 seconds, period. You're done.
I have that.
You have a variation. You have the Aracucha. The Aracucha is different.
Do I need a cream for that?
No, but you will thank me. You have thanked me for this, because it's a great methodology. Stop doing that. See, now you distracted me.
Oh, I distracted you.
Here's the point, folks. Listen carefully, and I'll wrap this up, okay? What we do is we ask our program coordinators how much time we have, right? They give us a certain set time for a presentation, and this is usually when we have our start time and our end time are set in stone. This is not where you're one of a number of lineups where people before you could affect the time that you have. But if you know that you're going to run, for instance, for us, it's a 90-minute presentation, then what we'll do is we'll that kind of stuff. It's in many cases it has photographs that underscore and reiterate the concepts that we're talking about. And then we go about making our presentation the way that we would, regardless of what the picture is behind us.
And the picture just fits.
The picture fits because it's a conceptual thing, not
right.
a specific thing.
And so the benefit of that is it does grab your attention. It does add a photo behind that's emphasizing the message, no matter where we are in our talk. We're not tied to it. We don't have to, fuss with it at all during the presentation. We're not looking to it as our guide for where are we and what should I say next and my segues, because we really do, the presentation is all audio. It's our talk. It's just us talking. It just emphasizes the message photographically.
Which means you need to know your message. Final point for if you must bring PP to your next presentation.
Well, it depends.
Well, that was good. If you must do that, then have a monitor facing you with its back to the audience so that you can actually, while you're facing the audience, see your slides, whereas you do not need to turn. Show. We'll be back with more Positive Business Talk right after these messages.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experienced Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Stop repeating the financial behaviors that are keeping you broke. Register for a free teleseminar on Wednesday, September 10th, and learn the common mistakes couples make that destroy your finances and often your relationship. Brought to you by Couples Money, you'll learn how to break the cycle and start creating real wealth. It's a free seminar taught by the Couples Money experts, Chris and Marlo Felton. Break out of your current financial cycle and get on the same page with your spouse. Whether you've been married for decades or engaged to be married, sign up for the free teleseminar at couplesmoney.com. That's couplesmoney.com.
Testosterone therapy. We've all heard about the benefits, but which method is safe? Hi, this is Dan Denai, Chief Operating Officer with BioT Medical. At BioT, we've developed the safest, most effective way to balance your hormones. Unlike synthetic shots, gels, and creams with many dangerous side effects, bioidentical, natural testosterone pellets are safe and beneficial to the heart, bones, brain, and prostate. Go to biotmedical.com to learn more. That's BIOTE medical.com. BioT, it's the right choice.
Networking is full of myths. Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth, but only if you're networking with your A-team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com for their next event. ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com.
If you have an old car that spews out stinky exhaust smoke, donate it to the Clear the Air Foundation. Learn more at cleartheairfoundation.org. Sponsored by the Colorado Automobile Dealers Association and aired in cooperation with the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
Freedom 560 with Ken Clark is coming up at noon on KLZ 560.
The Experienced Pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros radio show, where it's a matter of time now. I will be getting an iPhone 6.
Well, really?
Yes.
You are the slowest get a new phoner person that I know.
I am, because I understand that the technology, when it comes out, it's already obsolete, and there's going to be a new one next
Right. So I'm going to keep the obsolete for just a little longer because the newer one is going to be less obsolete.
This should make you happy.
Well, it's just the fact that you give me such a hard time for holding on to mine because I'm really not into the technology. I just kind of, I get my phone, and if it's doing what I need it to do, I love it. But you give me such a hard time, and yet are you the pot or the kettle?
You used to say, and I have audio evidence of the fact that I was the guy who wanted every new thing that came out every time it came out, which is I drool over those things, but I'm looking for a significant advance. And frankly, I love my iPhone 4S. I love it. I mean, it has done everything that I have ever asked for it to do. I had Android phones prior to my getting the iPhone. I waited for a long time because I'm on the Sprint network, and I am loyal to the Sprint network because they have been fantastic for us and our brand. But you know what? I think it's time, and I think I'm excited to get rid of this brick and move up to.
All right. He's excited to get rid of the brick. Let's get rid of it.
No.
Get rid of it in a really epic, monumentous way.
One day we were driving down the road.
Roof of the building.
Yeah, one day we were driving down the road, and
he would complain and complain and complain. Wouldn't get the new phone.
My Android phone was a POS.
Would not get the
about
new
a point
phone.
of sale for somebody.
Would not get the new phone.
Yeah.
Knew there was multiple versions of new phones. Oh, but I'm waiting. This one, because that's already too
waiting
old.
for the iPhone to come to Sprint.
And yet it would hold on to. I had just had enough. Like, if you're gonna complain,
driving down the road,
fine,
she rolled down the window and
it.
said, "Throw it out."
I'd had enough.
Right.
You can only listen to somebody complain without making any changes for so long before you're like, look. If you like it, if you really don't like it, get rid of it.
Let's be honest. How many times have I complained about my phone?
Actually, I don't think that you do.
I don't.
Yeah.
And it is. And when I say it's a brick, it's only a brick because I put on this fancy cover, to protect it. Which look at my phone. No breaks, no cracks, no nothing. I love my phone. But it is time to go get something a little more sleek, a little more. I'm going to upgrade to a new model.
Is this like the time when you upgraded your TV, you were looking for a new bedroom companion?
Well, yeah.
Is this like that?
I guess you could
like
say.
You turn everything into. It's really kind of odd. He's like, I'm looking for a bedroom companion that can stay up all night and
I watch my
don't even
television
know.
all night long. I don't watch it, but it's
you
the white
call
noise
it
that I need.
your bedroom companion, and now
That
he's
was
getting
the most brilliant marketing campaign ever.
Really.
Yes. Single white
Ever?
male searching for new bedroom companion. Yes.
That's true. He just wanted
My
to maybe give him a new TV.
1987, I needed it to be.
Go buy one.
I needed a model.
Now he's going to upgrade
that was slimmer.
to the newer model. Now think about this. If you actually ever were in a relationship, I mean, would that be how you would describe? You're like, yeah, I had to upgrade to a new model.
Did you just say if I ever were in a new an actual relationship?
That's what I said.
Well, maybe I am.
Maybe you're not.
You know I am.
Maybe you're not.
See?
Maybe you think you are.
See how you do it?
But you're actually, you are, but you're not. You got one eye here, and then like that one eye kind of keeping your eye out on.
I do not have a wandering eye.
Just, no, like, the
Oh
eye.
my gosh.
The eye that's like, well, is there something better? Is there still, I don't want to settle.
Are we talking about phones again?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I said it from stage last week, and I'm going to say it over the airwaves right now. You're the reason I'm single.
I might be. So the new phone, you have an option of sizes. Are you going to go with the biggest, or are you going to go with the medium?
Size don't matter.
I'm just asking, do you have a preference? It does matter.
Perhaps.
You have to make a decision.
My preference isn't what matters.
You have to make a decision.
Perhaps it's the size of the holster, the thing that you slide the phone into, the back pocket, whatever.
You do not slide your phone into your back pocket.
I do it every single day. And look for those of you on the video, you're welcome. Look, no breaks, no broken glass.
So is that it? You're going to go try it on in your back pocket? I mean, is that the deciding factor?
When you're talking about size,
if it fits in your
size doesn't
pocket.
matter. It's the receptacle for the device you're putting into the thing that matters the most. I'm telling you, it's important.
I would think that the size of your phone that you choose on the screen size really has more to do with, can your old eyes handle? Or do you need to upgrade because you can't see the screen anymore?
You're the reason I'm single.
Why is that? Why is that?
You're just telling everybody I'm old and blind.
Well, I mean, isn't that kind of why we want the bigger screens, right? Because you kind of can't see it and you have to hold it back, and if it's too little. But yes, I can see my iPhone.
Seriously, the new iPhone's about the same size as my iPad, which is kind of funny. All right, I don't know. We'll find out.
Why wouldn't you tell us what size phone you want?
Because size don't matter, baby.
I got 2 babies out of him today. That's your lost baby. It's your lost baby. Size don't matter, baby. I mean, what do you think we do?
I'm single.
Like, this is, do you hang out in, are you looking for pickup lines? I mean, do you practice them at home? Because you sure do kind of practice them here on our business talk show.
This is the day that
he uses the word baby as if I'm a,
I don't.
What's your
okay, so this
sign?
last time I referred to you, but the first time I didn't.
You should be a planet because you're out of this world, baby.
Wow, that's a good one.
I don't know. I was just making stuff
I like
up.
that. Are your teeth like the stars at night? Do they come out at night?
Deep in the heart of Texas?
Something like that. All right, we're gonna get back on track and wrap
We're
this show up in a
try.
business sense.
I was
right after
asking about a phone.
these messages.
The Experienced Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a Fluff It Up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit rivierafinance.com.
Revitalize, release stress, and empower with Karen Corona's healing and transformational programs. Karen is a master healer and a teacher with 30 years experience providing holistic healing treatments, coaching, yoga, meditation classes, and retreats. Receive the healing inner tools you need to achieve your goals. Call Karen today and get started. 303-725-1119. That's 303-725-1119. Mention this ad and receive a free yoga class or a $150 coupon toward her upcoming healing and transformational retreat in October, set in the lovely Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. Call today, 303-725-1119, or visit online at KarenCorona.com.
Are you an expert? At Experienced Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experienced Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
It was a moment.
It was a moment that changed my life.
We looked down from the chopper and saw the whole area was flooded.
At that moment, it really hit me. This is why I joined the Guard.
People had gone up to the rooftops to escape the rising waters.
Talk about intense moments. We had to lower the guys on line some 30 feet down.
This is where teamwork and training really paid off.
It took steady nerves and steady hands for the chopper pilots to hover like that.
No question, Guard pilots are the best in the world.
I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life.
What could be better than serving the people of my hometown?
In the National Guard, you serve your community as well as your country while you work or attend college. In return, you gain skills in which you can build a career and receive benefits that can help you pay for college. Learn more about what it means to be a citizen soldier at NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard, aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
Freedom 560 with Ken Clark, today at noon on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Eric thinks we need to put a rating on the show.
This could be our first NC-17.
He's going to tone it down a bit. I think...
I was bringing back the show because I'm in the doghouse.
The dog box.
In the dog box?
In the dog box. I like that phrase better than doghouse. You're in the dog box.
All
He is
right.
in the dog box. He's going to be a
Puppies
little
for
bit
sale.
more on his professional behavior. I think one of the things that scares businesses, or is one of the scariest things about being a business owner, is the fact that people, whether they're customers or not, can post negative reviews about you.
Welcome to Web 2.0.
Yeah, and it is frightening. We've looked at some of our reviews. We have one on our Facebook that is who knows where it came from and who it is.
Oh, I know where it came from. Philippines.
Yeah.
Somebody who never even heard of us.
Yeah, and here it is. I mean, it's out there, and there are people that if they're going to cheat, they're going to cheat. If they're going to be cranky, they're going to be cranky, and you can't always fix that. But there are a lot of times where people do legitimately take to the internet because they can't get somebody to answer their phone call because they were treated pretty rudely by the customer service agent or the waiter, or the internet is there, and there are times where it is legitimate.
Keeping in mind the fact that we are the most positive business talk show in America, and we do talk about extreme customer service, I use the internet and Yelp or Twitter as a means of a last resort. But sometimes it's necessary.
You know what? I don't actually think that most of the time it is necessary to leave something negative online as a part of the permanent record.
Most of the time, I would agree.
Because I do think there are multiple means in which you can get your message across, and I think that it's a lazy form of complaining. Personally, that's just Angel's take on it. Because where you go, your brand follows, and I think when I read a negative review online, I don't necessarily attribute that to the product or service or the company. I can look and say, yeah, that person is having a cranky day. And so, praise publicly and criticize privately.
I think that's the best course.
Is my course of action.
Well, what happens when somebody does criticize you?
And you are on the receiving end of that in a public forum, you do need to respond and you need to react. But the number one thing you need to have complete control over is your tone. Yes. And we all have been on the receiving end of an email or a comment or a post, and when we read it with a bite that with an edge in there. Yeah. Somebody could say to you, come here, or I'm fine. I'm fine. I mean, there's different elements of the tone. So because our communication is rarely effective when we're in person, when we can see body language and facial expressions and see the intent, all of that is gone when you go online. And all of that is missing when you're trying to convey to somebody your emotion, in that you're not biting at them, you're not picking on them, you're not lashing out at them. When we think about the tone, have somebody else read it with, could this possibly be interpreted as fighting back and lashing out and being sarcastic in your response? Because most people will read it as an automatic sarcastic.
Well, and when somebody says something negative towards you or your brand, it is natural and normal for you to come back in a defensive and in many cases argumentative tone. So you have to go over and above to convey that you're really willing to A, listen, and B, resolve rather than
you know what? But
being snarky.
This is a place where you get to really own your brand, right? Because does your brand stand for something? Do you have a culture for something? Was this incident really a one-off? Because sometimes we can have an off moment, an off day, an off person. There's a story behind that. And so, a lot of times your guests may not know. There may be an element of they didn't know what to expect. And there is a piece of that. There was a miscommunication. But own your story, own who you are, and fall back on, we believe in extreme customer service. We believe in putting people first. We believe in taking care of our customers, and let them know that this is what we're going to stand on, and we're going to fix this.
Yep, absolutely. The next thing is, and I think there's an interesting nuance to this point, is don't just apologize, but ask for forgiveness right out of the gate. And you think, well, it's not my fault, or maybe, and in many cases it may not be. We would never say the customer is always right. We always say that the customer is always your customer.
They are your customer. They just want to be heard. They want to know that they matter.
If you didn't meet your guests' expectations, whatever the expectation might have been, however realistic or unrealistic it might have been, own that and ask for forgiveness first. And again, I make the nuance of not just apologizing. I used to be married to somebody who would say, "I'm sorry you feel that way."
Oh, I hate that.
Right?
You're not sorry for anything. You're using the words, "I'm sorry," but I'm sorry I made you feel that way. Because really, that's a true apology.
There you go.
And you said, well, it's not our fault. We didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
And that may be true.
It may be true, but nonetheless, if you're trying to build reconciliation, if you're trying to build a bridge with your guest, your customer, then how about this? Please forgive me, or please forgive us. That was not what we intended, or even more to the point, please forgive us, and we're working on restoring our relationship.
Just avoid being the bully in all of this.
Oh gosh,
right?
yes.
Just, try to get on the same page, try to empathize with where they're coming from, and solve for how to make it right. But too often we fall back on, it's our policy. And, throwing out the "it's our policy" is you're really being a bully to your client. And so avoid that phrase at all costs. But if you really do have an irate customer who is, you just can't make it right, you can politely excuse them from doing business with you.
You certainly can.
But
make a referral to somebody else.
Here's the thing: is we live in a really small town, and
it doesn't matter what town that is.
What town you're in, we're all connected. And the last thing you want to do is add fuel to their fire, give them more logs in which to build their case, in which they want to go out and create a viral video and kind of stake their claim and fight this war against your company.
Right.
So diffuse it quickly and calmly and politely, and in many cases you can make it right. In fact, in many cases when you've got an unhappy customer that was not happy with your product or service,
it's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity to make it right, and if you do make it right, they will often become fervently loyal
Absolutely.
to you.
Now, the moral of the story is not to go getting your customers irate so that you can fix it so that they become fervently loyal. No, the moral of the story is to make sure that you treat them with respect always, and as you're consistent in that, good things happen.
And every now and then, you just have somebody who's just on a rant, and you're on the receiving end of that. But know that you've got those happy customers, and rather than create a policy that's going to, because of one unhappy customer, in most cases, do what you do it excellent, do it better, and appeal to the happy customers, and those angry customers will shop someplace else.
Our friend Faith Young says this: like attracts like. We agree with that. Surround yourself with positive people, and find that you too will be surrounded by a positive reinforcement all the way around you. Again, swim with the fish in the pond that you wish to associate with. Therein lies a secret to success all the way around.
All right. So if you have any complaints about today's show, send them to somebody else.
We're having fun here in the studio, and I hope that we didn't offend anybody with our...
If we did offend you, you misunderstood us.
You misunderstood us. That thanks to Kevin Knebel, our friend and LinkedIn trainer extraordinaire. Folks, we do have to wrap this 2 hours up. It's amazing how time flies when we're laughing and giggling and saying pee-pee. But here's the truth. We will be back tomorrow with more positive business talk. So on behalf of Charlie, our producer, Angel, and myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every single day, we say thank you. Thanks for tuning in, for participating, for being our reason why you are the revolution in how people treat people in business.
This has been the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.